everything. This is on my iPhone, and it's an old free. Yeah, and I want to, and just so FYI, because you're gonna have some motherfuckers trying to dig into like where people's stances were. Shout out to Angry Man, because Angry Man really stood steadfast with Bill Cosby. Angry Man and Ramil was probably one of the biggest ones out there. I'm not saying other people weren't, but I know he definitely made it a point to do that. My stance was he didn't do shit. He didn't do nothing them women didn't want done. That was my stance. And if these motherfuckers waited too long and that it was a classic McCarthyism witch hunt. That was my stance. Now the argument I mainly took was I took the argument on Bill Cosby put himself in the go along get along gang, and this showed that the go along, as Kwame would call it, the go along get along gang will turn on anybody. And I've seen this before. Them motherfuckers are not loyal to each other. If the white man tells them to turn on somebody, they will do that. And Bill Cosby was one of the biggest fish in that. And so that's a lesson about how, at the end of the day, folks know who the authority is. And all that loyalty that people like to talk about, that shit is bullshit. That was like my thing, and you saw it in real time. Okay, yeah, y'all just going to have to deal with it with me sounding low. But y'all just going to have to hang in there. But, because I'm not going, this isn't going to be a long. But one thing I want to say, I'm going to do a whole stream, probably a panel on this myself, but I'm going to let certain people kind of get the initial breaking news part out of it. And I'll probably do it on the weekend. But I want to say this. You got dudes that are talking about, yeah, man, we need to hold people accountable. We need to hold people accountable that was against Bill Cosby. Calm down. You're not going to hold nobody accountable. And I'm going to tell you why you're not going to hold nobody accountable. You're not going to hold nobody accountable because, first of all, there was very few black men that actually went against Bill Cosby as far as content creators. And the ones that actually did are not really in this space, so they don't pull the audience from this space. So you're not going to be able to hold them accountable because their audience backed that play. So dudes need to really kind of stop getting like a testosterone high and just wilding out. Like, everybody always looking for a fucking witch hunt. Niggas are always in here like audience members are trying to get, I said this earlier this morning. They're always in here trying to, we need to clean house, we need to do this. Shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. Like, seriously. They're like, the man, I don't know what y'all think the Manosphere is. The Manosphere ain't no club where y'all can just artificially kick folks out. It really isn't. And it really isn't. And a lot of people, they just lose their shit sometimes. No, he's gonna edit it because he edits it after the fact. So I'll get the link. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, we're not doing the Bill Cosby shit. If the Supreme Court of the state said that the shit was bullshit, then y'all don't get to keep calling that motherfucker Bill Cosby. Because all that is that's some propaganda at this point. At this point, we know bitches do drugs, so y'all need to stop trying to front. Like, just like these hoes smoke weed, just like these hoes do Percocet. Stop acting like these bitches only got drugs in their mouth if a nigga shoves it down. Like, let's cut the bullshit out. So yeah, anybody that uses the term Bill Cosby, you will be fucking blocked. You will be blocked, you will be timed, you will be removed. Y'all had your fucking fun being bitches. And that I will say that I agree to. I think anybody in the manosphere, my personal opinion, if you use the term Bill Cosby, you need to be removed. Straight, like, as far as your ability to chat. So to the extent that you do have control over things, I definitely would agree with that. But I can only enforce that on my channel. But yeah, the Bill Cosby shit, that's not flying no more. That's not flying no more. It's not flying no more. Like, that shit ain't cute. And a lot of y'all wanna, that's not flying no more. Because quite frankly, I don't see y'all coming up with names of Harvey Weinstein and shit like that. And as far as I'm concerned, Charlemagne had a similar deal with an underage chick as Bill Cosby. But because he's politically on the right side, he gets a pass. And I don't see y'all trying to get justice for him. Um, fucking Who else? Nicki Minaj is with a convicted rapist. I don't see y'all canceling her, so y'all can kiss my ass. We all know that most of you all are sheep, and most of you all are just gonna do what y'all allowed to do. And that was kind of the theme of my earlier stream, like early this morning. So a lot of y'all be big on wanting to jump on somebody else. Really, y'all don't want to speak truth to power. Y'all are hoes. Exactly. So we already know that black men should have. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Charles. We already know the celebrities, for the most part, ain't gonna say shit because they're plugged into the. Don't say jack shit. Say shit because they don't want, especially with like cancel culture was just revving up at that time. Now it ain't nothing to cancel people. And so, they not gonna say shit. So if people talk about black people should have stood up for them, well, if you're talking about NBA players and celebrities, you already know black men are not gonna do that. We already know black men are not going to do that. So that's not. I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's not even like that's a dumb, like, real talk. When if you really are in the know, that's kind of a dumb expectation. I'm not saying you, Charles. I'm just saying for anybody that actually expects the celebrity class that's got sponsorships and shit, you already know that's not gonna happen. But you got people that actually believe that. Now, as far as social media ain't big enough. And then you got a lot of these dudes, when these black women start saying they need to go down, you know where a lot of black men are. Well, yeah, Charles, you got that too. Because a lot of them dudes are sexually politicking. Because I've talked about the pound cake speech, and I don't agree with Bill Cosby's notions on it, by the way. But a lot of these dudes, they want to they want to take their anger out on somebody. And black men is always who they're allowed to take their anger out on. And because black men are who they're allowed to take their anger out on, then that's what they do. It's the same thing with white women. White women know they can't really punish white men. So they settle for a blood sacrifice, which is black men. And this is why everything always goes downhill to black men. This is why that happens. Woo. Shout out to D-Rock Den for the $5. Anyone against this has never had dinner and wine drank to get a broad, more relaxed and possible smash session. You are lying. Well, I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Even before the Bill Cosby thing, I've always been, going back to 2000, going back to my high school days, I've always been against that. Because I'm telling y'all, I was red pill like before it was popular. I always, because you dealing with dudes that deal with white females, and then these women will lie. I'm like, nah, man, damn that. Because I know women will lie. I know women will lie. So I don't give them the opportunity to do so. And a lot of dudes, they don't have that type of awareness because their mentality is fuck, fuck, fuck. And now what we know is who you have sex with can be held accountable to you in a court. And just because Bill Cosby got off, I mean, really, the stream that I'm gonna do, D-Rock Den, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. But guess what? What it is what they say that it is. Like, you're living in a society now that you can grab a female's ass and that be considered sexual assault. I've always been of the mind, if you grab a chick's ass and then she smacks the shit out you or punches you, you got to eat that because you technically disrespected her and she feels respected. But you live in a society now where they can call that sexual assault, and that allows it. So okay, you may not call it the R word, but by calling it sexual assault, you can basically give charges like first degree sexual assault, like crazy stuff like that. That's equivalent to if you R worded them. This is the game. So it doesn't matter what you think. They can still bring you to court for it. You can still, and even if they don't bring you to court, you can still be fired. You can still be effed with. And so, dudes, so a lot of y'all Negroes that y'all like to be intoxicated, whether it's drunk, weed, whatever, that woman can always go back if you make her mad and tell them what you did. And now the burden is on you to prove that's not true, and know what the burden is on that. So at the end of the day, if y'all want to say silly shit like sober sex and all of that, at the end of the day, the burden is not on her to consent. The burden is on you to get her consent, not on her to get yours. And if y'all choose to play the game knowing that, well then that's what y'all gonna deal with. Like, that's what y'all want to dice. Go ahead, roll it, but don't cry. And I've always been this aware. You got dudes that they'll play beer pong and then they'll think they're slick putting Everclear in the women's drinks and beer in there. I don't do that. I leave. I don't play that game because that's not funny. That's not funny, and it ain't even about so much me taking a moral stance. I'm not even gonna be around motherfuckers so I can be brought as an accessory. Not really. And what I'm gonna do in the stream, to be honest with you, my take on the matter is gonna be, this is a commentary on the validity of the Me Too movement. Cause um the way I'm gonna take, that's gonna be the angle I take. I'm not everybody's gonna cover it, that's fine. But I'm gonna take the angle of Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein were pretty much like the top two people. And Harvey Weinstein had overwhelming evidence of what he did, long-term evidence. With Bill Cosby, they had to pretty much magically create something. Make sure y'all get them likes up. You know, they had to create false, and in the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania already said it. They said that dude basically padded his career and basically did anything and everything necessary in order to get him in jail. Now, here's the truth. The truth is, had Bill Cosby not been a black man, had that been anybody else, there'd be consequences to doing that to somebody's career. Well, of course they're gonna do it because black men are not human to black women. Nobody object like black women are object. Black men are the most objectified entity out here because we're not just objectified sexually. We're objectified for a lot of different areas of activity. Yeah. And I'm not here, I didn't make the rules, but the rules are what they are. And y'all out here playing like it's cute. And y'all don't really understand, like, even this is why this is why it's, if a woman shows you that she has a propensity for violence, she has a propensity, she's like a what they call a dodo bird, shout out to Crimson Cure, where it's like they already in shit, they can drag you into shit. And y'all will sit here and think that that stuff is cute. You actually got videos of women that say, don't be a doormat, be a bitch, because women like that. And some of you stupid ass niggas believe, y'all agree to that. And then when she sits there and she uses that white man system to punish you, now you're upset. But see, now you're jammed. So at that point, you're really kind of already, prevention is worth an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And so if women demonstrate that they're not accountable to their actions, like, honestly, you having sex with a risk. I'm not even gonna get into that BGS angry man shit, Because at the end of the day, if you know, you know. People that know what the real is behind that know. And at the end of the day, it don't really mean shit. BGS is not here to make money. BGS, he just hit 38,000 subs. And truth be told, BGS is low key shadow banned. So, you know, BGS did stream early this morning when you had Panther guy and he listens to me, but I guess he finally realized the depth of information BGS actually has, and he ain't just some old nigga on YouTube. Cause I could see how he's like, damn, this dude really knows what I went to MIT and all this other stuff to know. So at the end of the day, if you know, you know. Yeah. So I don't, BGS just doesn't. He's not. He ain't doing this for money. He ain't doing this for money. He don't care about the clout. So it is what it is. And I'm not saying the angry man's doing it for money and he care for clout. But what I'm saying is there is not that competition and rivalry like that. And truth be told, BGS stuck with Angry Man when a lot of people didn't. But that don't count for shit at the end of the day. And to be fair, you can draw a lot of parallels to that and Bill Cosby. But I really don't care about that, to be perfectly honest. Because honestly, that ain't gonna stop a thing that BGS is doing. People, because BGS has a lot of supporters, so it's fine. Ah, hold on, y'all. But yeah, that's gonna be the angle that I take with it. The angle that I take with it is gonna be from the perspective of, what does this say about the Me Too movement, the validity of the Me Too movement, them using the Me Too movement as to forward things like Black Lives Matter, like a lot of different stuff. And it's gonna show you it was really a witch hunt. Yeah, sure, Harvey Weinstein, but it was a witch hunt. It was this when men top tier class used that as a way to cause chaos amongst men, using the women as a weapon so they can reset certain contracts, so they could do a lot of things. So they could like throw Bill Cosby's name, like they could shit on his name as he goes out the door. They always do that. And black women are the chief tool to do that because black women lined right up with white women to do it. That's really what it was. Yeah, what's up, the smooth one, Turner? That's what it is. And this is a commentary on the environment and how the environment can strike you down if you're not aware and know how to move. That is what it is. Because if you saw it and it ain't like what it was is this was these people off of TV. So when it was time to ruin their contract, they didn't have to. Because trust and believe, a lot of these white dudes, they got retirement packages. Like they still getting paid. It's just their contract. It's like an NBA thing where even though you ain't playing, you ain't gonna get renewed, and they setting that up. But they got their going parachutes. But a lot of men, they use that to fire a lot of black men too, and they didn't get their golden parachutes. They use that as a reset mechanism, and you got folks that they don't know nothing about the case, but because they found a way to do a conviction, they want to make that validity. So under those same circumstances, the fact that the Supreme Court overturned it shows that a lot of that shit was bullshit. They would not have overturned it with a black man had it been on some BS. Bill Cosby. This is why Bill Cosby really didn't defend himself like in that way. He said, "I am not coping to nothing," and they put Bill Cosby through like a Job scenario, where pretty much took a lot of his stuff, took his legacy. Shout out the $5 to the smooth one, Turner. Absolutely, they put. Oh, and to be fair, I got to give credit for Bill Cosby to stay steadfast because he's an older dude going blind. But that shows you that these people ain't got no shame. They still doing To Kill a Mockingbird tactics. They still doing the same stuff. It ain't changed. 2020, they still using a white woman as a weapon. Yeah, she is. That's another thing. That would be a good video for Nurse Nerd and some of the women. Talking about the Camille Cosby aspect of it, because she is the last of her breed. This also validates what's her name? This Bill that was Bill Cosby's, actress wife in Cosby Show, because she stuck with Bill Cosby. I think Rudy for the most part stuck with Bill Cosby, and a lot of these people got attacked. Like Camille got attacked. What's her name? I know y'all know her name.
Alright, so you're all set. Cardinal seats right in that basket? Yeah.
Alright, thanks. Thanks. What's her name? Y'all know her name. She played, Bill Cosby's wife on the Cosby Show. I mean, when you look at what they did to the Cosby Show's legacy and what that did for black family, let me keep this real. They, especially when you look at context of the Little Nas X and the BET Awards, they literally took a diarrhea shit. You know how when they call it another number 5, a real ugly shit? They took a diarrhea shit on the image of a black family. That's that, like the image that he created of a black family, they completely shitted, pissed, threw up on all in the same stint. Yeah, Felicia Rashad. Exactly. This is what you did. So when I hear people talk about black love, what the fuck was black love when it came to Bill Cosby? The fuck was black love then? Because people want to talk about black men riding for Bill Cosby. Black Bill Cosby did a lot for black women too. When you look at things like A Different World and all of that, let's keep this all the way 100. Black women give a fuck about the black family. When it came to Bill Cosby, that shit didn't mean shit. See, this shit like that is how you reveal who you really are. And this is how you know when people are talking about come back, we need you. We need you. No, you don't. What are you talking about? Garbage talk everywhere. I'm telling you right now, trolling won't be tolerated in this chat. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, the Supreme Court these are appointed officials in Pennsylvania Supreme Court, not people necessarily subject to elections, made a decision that Bill Cosby was fucked. They validated the decision that a lot of people were talking about. And all y'all motherfuckers that feel some type of way, fuck you niggas. Fuck you. Y'all take it up with the Supreme Court. That is the legal system. Y'all take it up with them. And because Bill Cosby didn't really admit to jack shit as far as basically acknowledging that they were right, because this is some typical black male shit, because y'all can go to hell. And any of y'all that want to talk against this, block them, time them out, shoot them. Exactly, because they know what it is. They trying to shore it up. So this is not your time now. Because the problem is y'all, because this is how I know a lot of y'all are on some fuck shit. Y'all are going to make it about Bill Cosby, where the truth is it's really about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the one that made the decision, but you all are going to make it about Bill Cosby. See, when y'all can't make it about some political bullshit that y'all just gin up, just like how they were talking about all that Asian hate that black people are supposedly doing to Asian people. Knowing good goddamn well black people ain't got that kind of issue with Asians like that. Yeah, Felicia Rashad. Oh, okay, Daniel. Okay, Daniel. I mean, I apologize, but that's why I gave you an opportunity to get some clarification. But this is for everybody else too. This is a public service announcement. And normally I'm not like that, but this is breaking news. Y'all want to talk some shit, y'all will have the opportunity to do so later on. I got you though. My bad, Daniel. That's why I didn't press the trigger on you. Lil Nas X is insulting Lil Nas and the Nation of Islam compound. Yeah, he is. I mean, Lil Nas X is a walking a level of disrespect. And it's funny because Shahrazad Ali was talking about, you must be turned out. Well, guess what? Lil Nas X is a perfect example of that. And guess what? Who Lil Nas X backs? He's on there. He's on Black women's team. Yeah, she did, but she ain't never liked Cosby because she one of these free bird hoes. And I hate to say that, but her daughter is kind of like that. She's Holly weird to the max. If you notice, the ones that turned on Bill Cosby are more Holly weird. The ones that really kind of stuck with Bill Cosby are not necessarily they're more conservative with it. If you notice that. I didn't connect that dot on that Lil Nas X either, man. But a lot of that, and then, if Lil Nas X would have came up with that from the start, nobody would have never supported him. They would have said the hell with that song. They would have said the heck with that song. They wouldn't have cared about no song. They wouldn't have cared. So that was a classic switcheroo that they pulled. And they knew who that person was and how he was. And then don't even get, like for real. And again, women support that. Women completely support that. Yeah, the light skinned chick. But she was always wanting to do her own thing, and she always was antagonistic towards Bill Cosby. She was always antagonistic towards Bill Cosby. I know Rogers go get in. I mean, everybody go get a piece of this. You already know that. You already know the Spear is gonna get a piece of this. That's why I'm kind of letting certain people, even though I'm technically going live, getting some the breaking news stuff. But the Manosphere gonna eat this up. This is a good change of pace because you got people that they've been just hating, dudes having their periods, and this is a good change of pace. Shout out to Roger. Roger report. Bill Cosby was locked up without evidence. He should get his freedom and some money. I hope he feels like suing and they just give a very nice piece. I mean, we'll see. I doubt that though. Because who's gonna really sue? The state? Mm-hmm. Man, it's hot as crap out here. All right, y'all, I'm back. Yeah, so I'm gonna let y'all go and let y'all jump on another chat. But appreciate the super chats. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Basically check out what I would do is check out Ramil's shit and then check out Elite Attorneys after that. So with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.